bought a piece of land in Colorado sight unseen, but I'm in the middle of a desert. He said when you see a cell tower, you're close. I see something out there. I can't really make out what it is. Pull out the map. Oh, that's it. Oh, man. I got scammed. No wonder he said nobody believed him the soil was good out here. Well, walking a little bit closer, he may not be wrong. It looks like there's some shrubs growing out here. Oh, a little farm stand. Looks like he was trying to sell something. I don't see any vegetation, though. I don't know what he was selling. This place doesn't look too promising. There's nothing but dead trees out here. I guess I gotta give it my best shot anyway. Let's take a look around the barn. Looks like this place used to be called Southern Straw. I just found this axe sitting in the corner over here. I'm not much of a lumberjack, but I guess this is all we got. Cut this tree down and see how much it sells for. Can't drag the whole tree, so I'm just gonna chop it up. Testing this small piece, it goes for about $5. I guess we better get to cutting. Well, here's the whole rest of the tree. Oh, $88. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some more trees. Carrying everything by hand like this is definitely gonna wear me out in this heat. And our second tree goes for $107. I wonder if there's any tools I can use in this catalog I just found on the farm stand. I think this flat hand trailer is gonna do pretty good taking the trees back and forth. My hand trailer just got here. Let's get back to work. This axe seems to be too dull for these bigger trees. Let's see if I can get this tree to land right on the trailer. Oh yeah, buddy. Trailer's not going to move like this. The trailer came with some straps, so let's tie these branches down. It's a little hard to move these things around in the sand, but it'll help us get done faster. Alright, first trailer load goes for $128. Let's go cut down another tree. And another $120. I found this little hand pushable cedar. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. They sell seeds too. I'm going to need to save up some money for that. It's going to be a tough day in the sun cutting all these trees down, but if the soil's any good, it's all going to work out. Just cut up 2 trees and I got $308 for that. Cut down a bunch more trees and now I'm almost at the point where I can buy some seeds. And with that, it looks like we can just barely afford a pallet of seeds. Alright, 1 pallet, $1,260. Let's go ahead and fill this cedar up. Bought this hand plow too. I'm going to start creating a new field. I guess we can start right here. Wow, this soil looks great. This ought to be a big enough strip just to get started. I'm almost finished here, then we can go ahead and start seeding. Let's see if this soil can hold any seeds. It's taken me a while, but I'm almost done seeding. You know, that guy might not have been lying after all. This soil looks really good. Kind of sketchy coming in here. Looks like this barn will fall on me any minute. Just put these 2 right here. After all that, I still have seeds left over. I'm getting kind of thirsty. Let's go cut up some more trees. Should have enough to buy a water tank I found in the catalog earlier now. The water tank costs $500. I'm just going to put it right here for now. Well, I drink as much water as humanly possible now, and it's getting late, so I think it's time for a nap. I ordered this little sleeping system. It's time to hit the dirt. I set it up and I slept for a while. Oh man, it looks like something's actually growing over there. Yeah, it is. It just needs some fertilizer for now. This hand fertilizer goes for $200, so I saved up by selling more trees. Alright, let's buy this thing. Oh, I forgot about the fertilizer. I'm going to need to save up some more. Well, I spent all day cutting down trees and saving up my money, and I'm just $1 short. Let's see if this little scrap will get us anything. No, we get nothing. So I'm going to cut down this whole tree. One little log got us $11. Alright, now let's buy that fertilizer. And I'm just shocked it's even growing over here. Alright, let's see what this fertilizer can do for our yield bonus. Once that was done, I took another nap. Well, it's the next day here, and our wheat is looking great. Over the next few months, I worked some more on the trees and saved up enough to get a small harvester. Alright, time to go place our order on this thing. Harvester's $1,500 and we've got 18, so let's go ahead and buy it. Our field's ready, and man, I am still shocked that this stuff even grew out here. Alright, let's see how our yield comes out. Finishing up the last little bit here, and we're done. I just got to cart all these pallets over now, and don't ask me how I got it up that high. Wow, alright, we made $11,000 on that. We made out pretty good with that $11,000. I think it's time to buy some more equipment to help us out around here. This pitchfork ought to help us get this straw up. Actually, they have a little forage wagon. I'm just going to use that. Alright, let's get all this swath picked up. Here's the last load of straw. And just like that, we've made $16,961 on this field. I sold that little forage wagon I had. Now we're up to just over $17,000. I don't trust sleeping under that barn anymore, so I'm going to get this little mobile home. I'm going to put some gravel around it. That way when it rains, it doesn't get all messy. Well, this is quite the upgrade. We got a picnic table and some decoration around on this side. We got a place to store some firewood and some plants and decorations over here. Looking at the inside, it's got pretty much everything I need. A small kitchen, a bed, and a table. I'm going to go ahead and sell this sleeping system I've been using. Well, I figured I'd try my hand at growing some vegetables. I just built this raised garden. It cost me about $500 for all the materials. This should help us bring in some more money. Since I know stuff will grow out here, I want to go ahead and extend this wheat field out. I'm just going to cut it off right here at this tree. I'm bringing it out to just barely where this slope starts. And I'm just going to connect it back here to the other field we already created. I need to plow around these trees first. I'm also going to cut these little shrubs down and get them out of the way. Let's get this cedar field up. I just finished plowing the whole field. Alright, I imagine seeding this field is going to take all day. Ran out of seeds, so I'm buying more. And just like that, I'm done. It only took a couple hours. Alright, that's about all the field work that needs to be done. It looks like our first box of celery is ready to sell. Just going to wheel this over here on my hand cart. Well, look at that. Not too bad. $1,600 for one pallet. So these little shrubs are actually cherry trees. I wonder if they produce any fruit. I think we may have enough to buy a tractor I saw earlier. This old International is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Found this little roller for $800. I'm going to go ahead and snatch that up too. Alright, I just bought the tractor and man, this thing looks even better in person. Got my roller attached. Now it's time to roll out these seeds. This thing isn't real wide, so this may take a while. Since they were only $800, I bought 2 more to go on either side of the roller. Yeah, this is going to help us get done much faster. Alright, let's get this field rolled out now. Just finishing up here, I'm going to go put these rollers in the shed. Just going to line them all up right here. So I got everything planted out, but it still needs fertilizer. So let's see if we can find a cheap fertilizer spreader. Let's just open the catalog here. Found this one for $2,000. Now I'm going to buy about 20 bags of fertilizer. Let's get to spreading this fertilizer. Just finished up with that. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing in the shed too. I don't need this one anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I'm buying this little forklift to help me move pallets around the shed. Take this last pallet in here and stack it up. These raised gardens have been putting out a lot of produce while I was busy. So I'm going to stack these on my hand cart here. Bringing them over to the sell point, and whoa, that is a lot of money for just a few pallets. I think I have enough to buy this little trailer now. Let's store it right here until we're ready to use it. Time for bed. It's the next morning here and our wheat field is looking great. We're already at 50% fertilized. Chopped up one of these little cherry trees and now I'm going to see how much it sells for. Yeah, $6, that's not worth my time. I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this field again so we get the maximum output. Oh yeah, looks like our field is at 100% fertilized and we've got a 97% yield boost. Well, I said they weren't worth my time, but I need to get these out of the way. I got a trailer full now and $31 is terrible. But they're out of the way, so that's fine. The tractor's getting low on fuel, so I went ahead and bought a diesel tank. Doesn't come with fuel, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that now. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up. Alright, time to plow another field. Let's get going. I just finished plowing this field. I wonder if grass could grow out here. So I'm taking a chance and planting some grass seed. We already have another pallet of celery. Let's take this over here and sell it, and we got $1,655 for that pallet. I'm going to go ahead and work the soil on this field today. Alright, it is now June and our grass is actually growing. Still going to need to fertilize it again, but this looks good. Our wheat is growing again pretty nicely. Sell these pallets of produce and we're just over $14,000 now. I'm going to need an actual harvester when that wheat's ready, so I'm just checking out the prices for now. I'm going to set a goal to save up for this one. Pricing out the header here, and they've got this smaller one for $8,000 and a little bit bigger one for $10,000. I'll probably get the bigger one. I'm going to do work around the farm over the next few months while this wheat grows. While I wait, I'm spending the next few months selling pallets, keeping the fields fertilized, and flipping my tractor. This last load of produce should give us enough money to finally buy that harvester. With all the options we need, this is going to cost us $45,800. I'm buying the grain header for about $10,000. I'm also buying this swath picker attachment to pick up the straw afterwards. Alright, let's hook this header up and get to work. Alright, let's see what this big old lobster looking thing can do. This first load is going to give us $5,717. I've sold quite a few loads and now we're just over $90,000. Time to test out this swath picker. Oh, doesn't work. Well, I just sold that swath picker back. I think I'm going to get this old baler. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our tractor. This windrower ought to help us get that straw picked up faster. Alright, our new equipment just came in. Well, that windrowing took us all day. I'm going to come back and bale it up tomorrow. I didn't realize how small these bales were going to be. I mean, this is just a mess, and it's going to take forever to pick up thousands of little bales. So I'm selling my hand harvester for about $900, and I'm just going to sell this baler back. I've decided to go ahead and just get a forage wagon. This already seems to be much better. And the first load is going for about $2,300. I'm getting a lot of equipment, so I'm going to need a bigger shed. I need to keep some of my money to buy a shed, so I'm just going to buy this little hand mower for the grass. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this grass up. I've got it all windrowed by now. I need to pick it up with the forage wagon and sell it. After about 5.5 loads of grass, I now have $54,268. So I got the shed built, now I'm just leveling out the land around it. And I'll give a whole space for each piece of equipment. Let's go see if there's any good deals in the catalog. Looks like they got this fertilizer spreader for only $21,000, so that's 53% off. I'm going to buy this cultivator for our fields. Go test out our new cultivator. Tractor's able to pull it pretty easily, so it shouldn't take too long. What better produce to grow than prickly pears in the desert? Place this third and last one right here. Alright, so if I just keep them watered, they'll keep producing. So it's the next month here, and I'm checking out these prickly pear plants, and it doesn't look like they've produced anything. Well, I'm just going to plant some more wheat for now. Alright, I got it all planted, and now I'm finishing up rolling it out. Well, it's the next month, and the weeds are growing like crazy in our wheat. We don't have any money for a sprayer or herbicide, but I do have this grass ready to harvest, so I guess I'll cut it up and sell it. Hopefully we can make enough money off this grass to kill those weeds. First load's giving us a little over $1,200. We finally got some prickly pears, so let's take these over and sell them. And for the 3 crates we have, we're going to make just over $3,400. I think it's a good decision to build a little marmalade factory. And this thing's pretty small for a factory, but let's check it out. So it looks like we can make sugar-free marmalade with just prickly pears and water. It's tight, but it's got everything we need. I just built 2 raised gardens and put some shade trees around it so they don't get too hot in the sun. I think these things will definitely help us make some money. Alright, so it is May and we've got some celery ready and some prickly pears. Man, these weeds are bad and the field's almost ready to harvest. I still need to fertilize the field and make sure our wheat comes out healthy. So I'm just going to go ahead and fertilize it now. I had some fertilizer left over, so I went ahead and did the grass too. Well, it's been another month and now we've got a lot more produce to sell, so let's see how much all this goes for. That should give us enough money to get a sprayer and some herbicide. It's going to drop these prickly pears off at the factory real quick. Alright, so they had this sprayer that's 24 meters wide for $30,000, so I'm going to snatch this thing up. Finally bought that herbicide I needed. Now I'm going to spray the field and finally get rid of these weeds. It looks like we got some marmalade ready. Let's go see how much they sell for. Alright, that is not too bad, but I was expecting more. Alright, it is harvest time again, and our field looks like it has been fertilized to the max, and we're going to have a really good yield bonus. Before I do that, I want to sell these pallets real quick and get that out of the way. I'm going to buy this trailer so we can get more pallets to the sell point quicker. I'm glad I bought this. I made all that money back just from this one load. I really need this grain trailer. I don't want to drive back and forth to the sell point anymore in the harvester. Alright, let's put this big lobster back to work. I'm selling this first load so we can get some more money in the bank. So this one load sells for almost $18,000. So I used the money to buy this silo because we're going to add another production facility. Let's dump this second load into the silo. And we'll sell the last little bit here. Windrowing this straw is going to help me pick it up easier. Let's pick up this straw and then go sell it all. So I started with around 31,000, sold quite a few loads, and now I'm right at 59,000. Grass is ready to harvest again, so I'm going to knock that out. I'm going to get all this loose grass up with my forage wagon. And all that grass has made us almost $11,000. I think it's time we sell this old harvester. It's a little too slow for me. The guy that wants to buy it said I can borrow his next year if I need it. He is buying the harvester for $30,000, and I'll just give the header to him for $6,500. Well, with that being sold, we're just over $107,000 now in our bank. I do still have some more pallets to sell though, and these 4 pallets are going to put us just over $120,000. Make sure I get all my equipment put up in the shed. Now it's time for bed. When I woke up, I went ahead and built our seed factory. Loading up some of the wheat now to put in there. After I dump this, I'll need to get some herbicide to put in there. I'm going to dump the rest of what's in this one in here. So yeah, what we're going to need is wheat and herbicide, and it'll put out seeds for us. I bought some more herbicide just to be sure. I think it's time we trade in that tractor for a bigger one. This older New Holland is going to take up most of our money, but they are letting us trade in our old tractor for it. I'm taking this thing for a test drive now, and this thing runs like a dream. Let's park this thing in the shed so it doesn't get messed up. Compared to where we've started, this place has really came up a lot. It's crazy that I've been able to grow some wheat, grass, and run a few production sites. And the prickly pears haven't been bringing us much money, but they do grow nice in the desert. And man, this place has come a long way. From thinking I was getting scammed to actually running a successful farm has been quite the experience. There will be an episode 2 for here, and then we'll eventually have a full movie. This story isn't over yet. So make sure you're subscribed and like the video if you have a second, and I really appreciate y'all being here till the end. And with that, we'll see y'all later.